Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while, but do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button, and before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're of the over 700 regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love those comments. And of course, share this video out on all social media. Instagram, X socials down below in the description. Again, check out the link to that Joker Voice merch store. Joker Voice and exclusive Wednesday night is overbooked merch. Speaking of this wonderful logo and the thumbnail, once again provided by our friend Jacob Ironside. Link to his channel down below in the description if you're a fan of classic films. Okay, I'm sure you've heard this if you're watching WWE of late. The chant of Tony fumbled. Tony fumbled. It's become quite a common chant in WWE and especially NXT arenas, referring to AEW President Tony Khan and the host of talent that is now under the WWE banner, either with the main roster or NXT. Recent names like Penta, Rey Fenix, Ricky Saints, along with Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Rusev, and Aleister Black all returning to the WWE. It kind of seems appropriate. So, but has he fumbled every talent that he's come in contact with? Well, let's take a look at two and see if Tony really did fumble.
And here we go.
Now, seeing as she has been the talk of the wrestling world this past week, I think it's only appropriate that we start with WWE's newest addition to NXT, the Glamour, Mariah May. Now, the London native began her in-ring career in 2019, working for independent titles in and around the UK like Rev Pro, and in 2022, she went to Japan to join the all-female promotion Stardom, where she paired with Mina Shirakawa to become the tag team champions over there, called the Goddesses of Stardom. This is where she really started to get noticed. Now, upon coming to AEW, Mariah was immediately put into a program with the women's champion, Timeless Toni Storm. As her kayfabe protege, Tony being the mentor, Mariah's beauty, her obvious in-ring talent, and natural charisma got her over naturally with the AEW fans. By now, everyone knows about the angle at the end of the Owen Hart tournament, where Mariah May turns on Toni Storm. The once loving student became this vicious, wicked, sadistic character, leading to one of the best stories not only in AEW women, but women's pro wrestling, as I have said numerous times. And it reached its peak with Mariah capturing the AEW Women's World Championship at All in London.
That's very impressive.
Now, this is probably where the only misstep is in Mariah's entire AEW run. As champion, AEW Creative had no real definitive plans for her because the goal was always to circle back to Timeless Toni Storm. which they did with Tony reclaiming the title at the AEW Grand Slam Melbourne show, and then culminated at AEW Revolution in what was called the Hollywood ending, after which Mariah was not seen on TV again. Well, except for this past Tuesday on NXT. So if I'm looking at Mariah's total run in AEW, it's nothing less than a success. To call it anything less is just foolish. Top story, won the title, ended up in a marquee matchup. So did Tony Khan fumble the Mariah May? My opinion, no.
That's fair.
Now let's take a look at the newest member of the WWE Raw roster, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. Now her path starts in her home country of Chile from San Fernando, where at 10 years old, Stephanie Vaquer decided she wanted to be a pro wrestler after watching a WWE event. She moved herself from Chile to Mexico, where she made her in-ring debut in 2009 at the age of 16. It was here in the promotion CMLL that he got international attention, holding both CMLL Women's Championship and being one half of the CMLL Women's Tag Champion, the only luchadora to ever accomplish this. And like the Mariah, Stephanie did stints in the UK and in Japan, where she also claimed the New Japan Women's Strong Championship. It's this title where Stephanie's story takes the direction to the WWE.
This is gonna be good.
We go to June 30th, 2024. AEW Forbidden Door. This is a cross-promotional event between AEW, CMLL, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, where Stephanie is set to defend her New Japan Strong Women's Championship against the AEW TBS champion Mercedes Moné. Only Stephanie's title is on the line. Now, Mercedes goes over, adding just another belt to her collection. And it's here that both AEW and WWE make Stephanie a contract offer. Now, according to an interview with Stephanie, all it took was a conversation from NXT creative director and WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels to set this in motion, because 48 hours later, Stephanie Vaquer is in a match with Isla Dawn in Mexico City in a WWE ring. And that's just part of her story, because now once we get to her time in NXT, prior to coming to the main roster, also has been successful, as she is the only women's dual champion ever holding both the Women's North American Championship and the Women's NXT Championship at the same time.
It's so badass.
So I can't even say that Tony fumbled this one, because Stephanie Vaquer was never on his roster to fumble in the first place.
That's a fact.
So, begs the question, why are both of these women with the WWE and not in AEW? Well, maybe the answer is these two women saw the writing on the wall when it comes to AEW Creative. There's an absolute ceiling there, because unless your name is Timeless Tony Storm, the most over female talent on the AEW roster, or if your name is not Mercedes Moné, the highest paid female talent on the AEW roster, there really isn't much more than a light schedule and a big paycheck that Tony Khan can offer. Yeah. I mean, the end of the day, both of these women were going to end up in the WWE. One was a childhood dream, the other merely a step on the road to superstardom. And unless things change creatively at AEW, the list of talent jumping ship to the WWE is only going to get longer.
That is true.
But these are just my thoughts. I want to hear what you think down below in the comments. Be sure to check out Saturday, about a half hour after Money in the Bank ends. Myself and Left Eye Ego will be right here on this channel doing a live recap of the event. And also, definitely, you know the time, you know the place, 6 p.m. Pacific, this channel, as we talk about this Money in the Bank and a whole lot of other stuff. Me and the guys talking about Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you had a great week. Have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. And until next time.
I say you better